Okay, so I'm breaking this video up. This is the next video, continuation from the last one. Welcome to Let's Play Gothic 3 by Mr. Joseph. And in this Let's Play episode, we're going to be finishing our exploration of the coast along Ardea here, east of Ardea, but not getting quite to Vingard. Ending up with a goblin cave that ends up being right up here somewhere. Once we get to the goblin cave and clear it out, that'll probably be the whole episode, or it might be pretty close to the episode. And then we'll see if we can backtrack and go to the other direction for coast. You'll remember from last video that they added some characters randomly at the bottom of the cliff there. There were two observers and then some pirates. They didn't appear to have any quest value, but you know, they did add a little something to the game, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and quick save. Now, goblins are normally not that big of a deal, but in mass they can be dangerous, of course. And the main thing I'm actually worried about is if there are goblin mages. I think, are they called black goblins maybe or something? Apparently, from my position, the goblins cannot detect that I'm present. I don't know why that would be, because I'm just standing in the sand randomly. But I'm okay sniping them off, or at least a few of them. I hate to be like all concerned about role-playing half the time, and then the other half of the time I'm like, I'm going to exploit the game's terrain issues. I'm trying to think of a justification for that. There might not be one, so I might have to concede defeat on that one, but let me think a little bit on that. I guess what I would say is that the game AI immediately allows an enemy who's being attacked to know precisely where you are and to start attacking you. And I think in real life, you know, just to add a little realism here, if you were in real life and you were being attacked, you might very well have a sense of confusion, especially during a surprise attack like this one. Does that mean they just sit there like idiots? No, probably not. They'd probably take cover. But the game AI does not account for that. So maybe there's a slight justification there insofar as you can't really surprise attack anybody because the enemies will immediately start attacking you if you do, which is inconsistent with a surprise attack, obviously. So I think I'm going to go ahead and stop exploiting this terrain issue and go ahead and let the goblins come to me. As you can see, there's a lot of them here in this goblin cave. In fact, one might argue that this is probably the headquarters for the goblins on the coast. This is definitely the largest concentration of goblins we've seen thus far in the game. I'm going to go ahead and grab my sword at this point and chop him up. Oh, he got me. Cudgel. Twice. Yikes. He could kill me. So I'm gonna run, actually. I'm gonna push 6. Have some meat while that guy looks at me. I went ahead and filled the bathtub, for those of you who are following my real life parallel to this story. Filled the bathtub up so I can give my cats a bath. My cats hate baths. Most cats hate baths. But it makes their coats so shiny and clean, and you know, they don't really clean themselves very often, so it's kind of nice to give them a bath every now and then. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grab the goblin items. Once I'm done with this episode, I think I'm going to, you know, just set my videos to upload to YouTube, which takes a little while, by the way. For those of you who don't do Let's Plays, uploading your videos is one of the more time-consuming, it's probably more time-consuming than recording the video. In fact, it definitely is. Whether you upload them directly or you use some sort of movie program to convert your videos to some other format, either way, it takes a while, and you know, you gotta just account for that. So I'm getting the danger music here. I'm not really sure why, and that's always a bad sign. It's probably something in the cave that sensed my presence even though it couldn't see me. That's another bug that's with this game, is that even if things can't see you, if you get proximate to them, they will still attack you. And that is only slightly realistic in the sense that maybe an animal could smell you or something. Oh, there's my level up, so I can go ahead and learn skin reptiles here in a minute, but I don't think I need to learn that right now because I think everything in this cave is not skinnable as far as reptiles go. So we'll see, and if I discover to the contrary, maybe I'll go and take a short diversion. Jesus, why am I having so much trouble with the goblins? It's because the weapons are so fast, I think. So I'm going to switch to right-clicking instead of left-clicking for goblins because it's a faster attack. And I'm actually going to switch to my bow right now, which is an even safer way to kill goblins. As long as you know what you're doing. I hate having these close calls with you guys because I feel like an idiot. put my bow away and run away, and maybe this goblin will think I'm running. Come on, man, let me go. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and have a healing potion this time to save time, and we're gonna go back here. I'm gonna quick save it after I kill this guy. Poor goblins. I almost feel bad for them that I'm committing goblin genocide up in this cave, but you know, they're just I think they're naturally evil beings. I think that's what a goblin is. If I remember from my D&D reference, and for those of you D&D fans out there, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but is it not true that a goblin is a chaotic evil beast? I think that's correct. So the fact that they're evil kind of gives me the justification to kill them, I guess. I don't know. Just kind of free balling here. Free basing, whatever the word is. A lot of meat bugs. That's good for my meat bug stores. Oh, I was going to quick save, wasn't I? Okay, I'll quick save after this guy. Goblin's mad at me. He's orange. Why is he orange? That's weird that he's orange. I would think he'd be either red or white. Yeah, like white like that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and quick save now. Okay, quick save complete, and get my sword back out. I'm trying to kill these meat bugs as they go as well. Boy, I'm not having any luck with these goblins. Melee. Okay, and that's why we quick save. Look at me. I got owned by some goblins. Be right back, viewers. Okay, and we're back. I'm killing this goblin over again. I'm actually just doing some experimentation with the melee weapon here by right-clicking a little bit and seeing if that works better on the melee with the goblins. I think, honestly, the issue is that I'm using the Orc Slayer, which has a very limited range, so it's you gotta get close in to kill people with it. And the goblins are using cudgels, which have what I believe to be a slightly larger range, meaning they can hit me from just a slightly farther away distance, and so they're exploiting that gap by standing exactly far enough away that I can't really hit them very well, but close enough to me that they can still hit me. So I think that might be the issue, and that's definitely why I want to lean towards bow hunting with regard to goblins, if I can help it. I'll worry about these meat bugs, as far as I'm concerned, are just a distraction from what I really need to be focused on, which is killing goblins. Where are they? Headshots will do. Of course, not hitting at all is not a good thing. Okay, more goblins. Again, my main concern, just kind of big picture here, is I'm worried if they have any goblin shamans or mages or whatever, the ones that shoot the magic at you. And I want to say it's either Ice Lance or Fireball that they shoot. I think it's Fireball. And it will kill you. It is like 10 times more powerful than one of these little dinky cudgel attacks. Okay. I'm running very low on ammunition, by the way. So once I finish this cave, I'm definitely going to be, in addition to leveling up with a hunter, so I can get my skin reptiles, I'm definitely going to be buying some arrows. I might go ahead and just teleport to each city and buy as many arrows as I can get there. Okay. Making good progress here, at least. Killing goblins can be a little bit tedious, but it's kind of fun because they're easy to kill, and your risks are relatively low. Yes, I say that as I've already died at least, was it once or twice already, on this particular group of goblins. I'm going to quick save it at this point. Can never save too often. And we're going to go ahead and just come on in here. I like to kill these meat bugs too, might as well. You get their meat later. My normal process on a cave, just kind of tell you how I usually do it, not always, but usually, is I go ahead and I kill everything in the cave first, without regard to what treasure might be available. And then, after that, I'll go ahead and loot the cave. Okay, I better get my bow out. The reason I'm using the bow, just again to refresh or kind of put into words what might be assumed, is that the goblins were winning against me because their cudgels have slightly larger range than my orc slayer. Well, guess what has larger range than a cudgel? That's right, my bow. So, in fact, the bow, if you're talking about weapons, has the largest range in the game. Obviously. Because you're not going to be launching any catapults. Okay, I think I've got all the goblins in the cave now. And so we'll go ahead and just start looting, I think. And what I usually like to do, my best practice, is to go ahead and go to the deepest part of the cave first. This is also a good way to test and make sure you got all the goblins. Okay, there's a whole other section of this cave that I didn't realize. So there might be more goblins back here. Yeah, there's some more goblins. Okay, and it's going to get dark. Now, I did buy some torches from Hommler, so that's okay if it gets dark. But the problem with that, of course, is that I'll have to switch to melee here in a minute if it's too dark. But at least I can use the torches for looting. 3 headshots. It's kind of ridiculous that it takes 3 headshots to kill a goblin. It should really only take, 1 or maybe 2, but 1 for sure. Less than 3, I would think. 52 arrows. See, that's why I have 52 arrows, because it takes 3 headshots to kill anybody in this game. Headshot. Boy, look at them all. I'm definitely going to quick save at this point. I think I see something else, something that worries me a lot. And it's this big head sticking out from the corner. Pretty sure that was an ogre. And this is going to be our first ogre, perhaps. So I definitely want to lure these goblins one by one, because that ogre is going to take some doing. In fact, if I run out of arrows, I may not be able to kill that ogre, because I'm definitely going to have to kite him with the bow. Okay. I don't know why I'm bothering to pick these things. I'll get all of this loot on the way out. I want to save at least 20 arrows for that ogre. So maybe if I can just take this guy out melee style. Oh, there comes the ogre. That's scary. Definitely want to kite these guys so you can get one at a time. So they noticed me via the proximity detection method as opposed to sight, as I criticized earlier. So stepping forward very slowly and carefully can get you to have one guy come out instead of the whole pack. Okay, so I think this time I'm just going to go for my conventional hack and slash method. Okay, so far so not good. That was fine. Worked out. Go ahead and grab a couple meats here. This cave is a lot more intense than I remember it being. And go ahead and quick save. Trying to think of how I'm going to get this ogre. Maybe I'll kite him out to this room, and then I'll lure him out to this room via proximity. Then I'll kite him from a distance. Is I can get the ogre as well, or just the goblin? Okay, fine. Well, oh wow. Oh boy. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. Yeah, just isolate them as best you can. Oh boy, there's the ogre. Okay, run away. Now maybe I can just kite him starting now. I'm definitely going to need about 20 arrows per ogre. Oh boy. He's right on my tail. Yeah. Keep running. He is a lot faster than I remember him being. I thought those ogres would not be that fast. Okay, well, I might as well keep running. I'm surprised I guess fast is not the issue, it's the fact that he's constantly pursuing me. I figured he would have, yeah, given up at some point. There we go. That's what you're looking for, is the moment where they give up the fight, then you exploit it by shooting them. Can he not get to me? Oh, it's that whole terrain issue. Well, that's convenient for an ogre, because ogres are tough to kill. And you've got to do what you got to do. And you really want to get headshots on these guys, because as you can see, my normal shots are not doing much damage at all. So that's why we need like 20 arrows. So hopefully there's just the 2, because if there's more than 2, I'm going to run out of arrows before I can kill them. There's no way I could take out this ogre in melee right now. Just no way. Got to get more headshots. Oh, this will kill him. Okay. It's a lot of experience, but boy, that's a lot of work. I've got 28 arrows left, which is enough to kill one more ogre, and that's about it. Poor guy, he's like still in tremors there. It's kind of realistic. Anyway. Okay, so back to the cave. I'm going to quick save definitely after that. By the way, how am I doing on experience? I've got 11 learning points, which is great, and it looks like I just need another 6,000 or so to get up to the next level, so I could make a pretty good chunk of that here on this walk through, you know. Don't ask me why I'm looting these things. I need to worry about that on my way out. Okay. So I quick saved. Good to go. Let's see who I can lure out this time. If it's just a goblin, I'll take him out with the sword, but if it's an ogre, I'll have to use my arrows. Let's see. Goblin and an ogre. Let's see if I can get this other ogre. I feel much safer if I can get this other ogre taken care of. Come on, Mr. Ogre. Let's go. Okay, don't kill the meat bugs. Do that later. Where'd he go? I hate, in some ways, I really hate caves because sometimes you never know when an enemy is going to come bursting through the wall because of the graphics bug, the collision matrix bug in this game that allows some enemies sometimes to come through walls. Might as well get a headshot in while I'm waiting for him to catch up to me. You know, hitting an enemy like that is a good way to guarantee that they follow you a little bit farther because they get red, which means they get enraged, and which means that they tend to be more committed to killing you. Now he's orange again because I guess he gave up on being red for a minute. Now he's as good as dead as far as I'm concerned right now because I'm just going to keep kiting him, headshotting him, and when I get too close to him, run away. And actually he's going to get stuck in this terrain issue again. Again, a horrible role-playing exploit, but because I'm fighting ogres, you know, I'll take what I can get. Oops. See how many arrows left I'll have after I kill him. Maybe I can use a few on the goblins. But this is a great lesson for those of you who tend to be rangers, which, you know, I say I want to be a mage in this game, but really I'm going to be like a ranger mage. Ranger, archer type folks always, literally always need to be buying arrows when they have the ability to, because otherwise you will run out. As you can see here, I've got 14 left. Exactly half of the number I started with on that ogre. So I'm going to run back in here, and I think hopefully we're just down to goblins. I might be able to take one more ogre out with arrows, but it's going to be close, man. I gotta be nothing but headshots, basically. I bet you it takes exactly 10 headshots to kill an ogre for me right now. So if I get so much as 5 non-headshots, it could well be a non-kill. Okay, by going so close there, it's definitely a good way to see if there's any more ogres. It looks like there are not. Looks like I'm gonna quick save real quick. I almost forgot. I'm gonna take out these last 2 goblins, and we might be done with this cave finally. Definitely not gonna make any more of this episode besides this cave. Okay, see how I jumped through the wall there? That's that collision matrix that I was talking about, the bug. Okay, very good. Alright, I'll go ahead and quick save again. And I think that might do it for the cave enemies. And if that's the case, then I'm definitely going to put my torch... where's the torch? Yeah, on 2 again. Again, hover your mouse cursor over the item and then push the keyboard number of the one that you want it to be on. Okay, is that the last goblin? Appears to be the last goblin, so just over here. Okay, sorry about that. I accidentally killed that goblin that killed me last time without bringing you on. Okay, but anyway, you see what I was getting at, so I'm going to put the torch back there again. Push 2. Now I have some light, and we're going to go ahead and loot the shit out of this cave. Looting caves is a little bit more onerous when you, in fact, do not have the pick certain types of blocks abilities. But we'll see if we have that issue in this cave. I don't even know if we're going to have that issue. Again, it's really an issue as to whether you can open certain chests, and you know, that only comes up if the chests are present. So we'll see if there's any problematic chests, and if there are, we'll just make a mental note. And again, I'm going to do a chest, probably a coastal area chest let's play walkthrough. Just one episode where I did nothing but go get chests that we missed. And that one's probably the most important one for anybody to watch, is really watching this as a sort of guide as to how to play the game, because that one will give you a lot of good information. So I'm taking all this meat bug stuff. Meat bugs are similar to roast meat, and they're healing, but they also can be used in a lot of recipes and stuff, like meat bug ragout, and so they're very useful, and they're an iconic creature from Gothic, the Gothic series. Okay, lots of gold, that's like 50. Black crowbar, which is a pot. These goblins like to get high, didn't they? Jeez. Treasure, which is like 150 gold, that's nice. Yeah, they didn't even have any chests, but that's fine. They just had barrels and stuff full of icky goblin food. So I'm just double checking everything, making sure I got everything. So this is why I like to loot from the back of the cave out, because it's a little easier to be thorough in getting everything. It's like there's a point, a fixed point, where there's nothing else before it, meaning the end of the cave, meaning you can't go back any farther. So once you get to the entrance, you know you've gotten everything you can possibly get. And it's a really good way to make sure you're thorough in looting your caves. There are a ton of caves in this game, probably, I don't know, 50 to 100, somewhere in that range. And we've already done, what, 4 of them? So it's definitely good to have like a technique when you're looting caves. Again, I try very hard not to use the torch, especially when I'm using the bow and arrow as my primary weapon. Okay. Also, just another note, in the vanilla version of Gothic, the original, what you'd get is after you looted something, it would stay, see how it says meat bug in white here? Once you loot something, that goes away, but in the original version, their name would still be up on the screen, so you wouldn't know which things were looted and which things weren't. So when you tried to loot something that didn't have anything left because you already looted it, it would just say, there is nothing more to gain here, or, you know, whatever the message is that says you can't find anything else. And unfortunately, that created a lot of confusion, and it was extremely annoying to try to figure out which meat bugs, for example, you've taken their meat from and which ones haven't. So they changed that, I think, one of the patches or something, which was a good call. Took me forever to loot this cave, didn't it? Well, better off for it, both experience-wise and supply-wise. I've got enough healing supplies now to choke a horse. And we can now say that we've, you know, finished the coastline, at least up to, on this side of the coast, up to the point where we're going to stop for now until we take out those orcs by Vanguard someday. So I think that pretty much is going to do it. Yeah, that's great. Okay, let's push 2 again to put out the torch. Poor ogres. It's funny they died right on top of each other, though. So this path here leads to Vanguard, which you can see the outline of there from sea level as opposed to from on high up on the cliffs there. And from this angle, it looks humongous, doesn't it? It's a pretty cool city. I'm just swinging over here just a little ways to see map here. I might go ahead and just try to finish up the coast real quick, but I'm not going to go to Vanguard. When I get anywhere close to those orcs near Vanguard, I'm just going to head right back the other direction. Actually, I'm not even going to head back the other direction. I'm probably just going to teleport. And then we'll pick it up there next time. Yeah. See that barrier there? That's where it intersects the sand, and then up that sand hill is where the orcs start guarding. So, if you wanted to find a sneaky way to get into Vanguard, I guess. One of the problems with the game, of course, is that it doesn't, Oh, is there another cave here? Okay. I guess we'll have to do this cave real quick. I'm going to make that the next video. So, if you've been watching, just remember Professor Snuggles is taking a look at it, and we'll see you next time.